Nestled in the remote wilderness of Canada's Nunavut territory, Angikuni Lake holds one of the most perplexing mysteries of the modern era, the complete disappearance of an entire Inuit village in the winter of 1930. This chilling event, which saw men, women, children, and elders vanish without a trace, continues to baffle investigators nearly a century later. The case presents a disturbing puzzle that straddles the line between natural phenomena and something far more inexplicable, leaving us to wonder if we will ever truly understand what happened on those frozen shores. The story begins with fur trapper Joe LaBelle, a seasoned wilderness guide familiar with the region and its people. In November 1930, as he approached the lakeside settlement he had visited many times before, an unnatural stillness hung in the air. What he discovered would haunt him for the rest of his life. The village stood completely abandoned, yet showed no signs of sudden departure or struggle. Tents remained standing, their interiors undisturbed as if their occupants had simply stepped out moments before. Cooking pots still hung over cold fire pits, their contents frozen solid, a particularly disturbing detail as no Inuit community would willingly abandon precious food in the harsh Arctic winter. More unsettling discoveries awaited. Personal belongings, including vital hunting weapons and tools, lay exactly where they had been left. For an Inuit hunter to abandon his rifle was unthinkable. These were survival tools upon which their lives depended. Outside, 7 sled dogs were found dead, still tied to their posts. Their emaciated bodies told a grim story of slow starvation, their jaws frozen in silent snarls as if they had died in distress. Yet most disturbing of all was the complete absence of human footprints leading away from the settlement. In the pristine snow, there should have been clear tracks if the villagers had left voluntarily, but the landscape told no such story. This was no ordinary Inuit camp, but an established village that had thrived for generations. The Angikuni people had developed sophisticated survival strategies to endure the brutal Arctic conditions. Their lives followed seasonal rhythms, winter trapping, spring fishing, summer hunting, all carefully balanced to ensure community survival. Elders passed down generations of knowledge about reading ice conditions, predicting weather patterns, and storing food. Their disappearance wasn't just unlikely, by all accounts of Arctic survival, it should have been impossible. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police launched an investigation that would span years, yet yield no satisfactory answers. Their official reports note peculiar details that defy conventional explanations. Graves in the village cemetery appeared to have been disturbed, not by animals digging downward, but as if something had pushed upward from below. Some tents showed damage inconsistent with weather or wildlife, their interiors seemingly smashed from the inside out. Perhaps most chilling were reports from other trappers that winter who described strange blue lights moving beneath the lake's ice, pulsing against the current in ways that defied natural explanation. Inuit elders offered their own perspective, speaking of ancient legends that suddenly didn't seem so mythical. They told investigators of the Tariach, shadow beings said to move between worlds, capable of stealing people in the night. Other tales warned of places where the veil between worlds grew thin, where the rules of nature didn't apply. While these accounts were initially dismissed as superstition, the complete lack of conventional explanations gave even skeptical investigators pause. Modern attempts to solve the mystery have only deepened the enigma. Geological surveys confirm no methane deposits that could explain mass hallucinations. Climate records show no extreme weather events that winter that might have forced evacuation. Forensic archaeologists note that the pattern of abandoned artifacts suggests not panic, but rather that people simply stopped what they were doing and left. Satellite imagery has revealed unexplained anomalies beneath the lake's surface, large, moving shadows that don't correspond to any known underwater features. The Canadian government's handling of the case has fueled its own speculation. While some documents from the original investigation remain classified, those that have been released show curious redactions and gaps in the record. A 1932 memo from the Department of Indian Affairs references special considerations regarding the Angikuni case, but provides no elaboration. More recently, access to certain lake areas has been periodically restricted without explanation, with official notices citing research activities but providing no details. Psychological profiles of the missing villagers add another layer of mystery. Anthropologists note that tight-knit Inuit communities simply don't abandon their homes without compelling reason, and certainly wouldn't leave behind elders, children, or vital supplies. The cultural violation of leaving food to rot suggests something beyond rational decision-making. Even in cases of mass hysteria or shared psychosis, there would be physical evidence of disorderly departure, but Angikuni shows none. Paranormal researchers have documented persistent anomalies in the area. Electronic equipment frequently malfunctions near the lake, with cameras capturing unexplained streaks of light and audio recorders picking up indecipherable whispers. Thermal imaging has occasionally detected human-shaped cold spots moving through the abandoned village site. Most unsettling are the reports from modern visitors who describe an overwhelming sense of being watched, coupled with irrational feelings of dread that intensify after sunset. Scientific expeditions have attempted to bring modern technology to bear on the mystery. Side-scan sonar has revealed unusual formations on the lake bottom that resemble something. Researchers debate whether these are natural rock formations or something more disturbing. Core samples from the lake sediment show anomalous magnetic readings at certain depths. Most puzzling are recent DNA analyses of area wildlife, which show strange genetic markers not found elsewhere in the Arctic ecosystem. The cultural impact on neighboring Inuit communities has been profound. Oral histories now include warnings about Angikuni Lake, with elders teaching younger generations to avoid its shores. Traditional stories have evolved to incorporate the 1930 disappearance as a cautionary tale about disturbing ancient places. Some artisans have even stopped using certain patterns in their crafts, believing them to be connected to whatever took the villagers. Comparative analysis with other mass disappearance cases yields eerie parallels. The Dyatlov Pass incident in Russia shares elements of abandoned tents and unexplained injuries. The Flannan Isles lighthouse mystery similarly involves vanished keepers and strange lights. Yet Angikuni stands apart in its completeness, not just a group, but an entire community erased from existence without leaving a single clue as to their fate. As we enter the 21st century, the Angikuni mystery continues to evolve. New technologies like ground-penetrating radar and environmental DNA sampling offer hope for fresh insights. Recent Freedom of Information requests have uncovered previously unknown documents that hint at government concerns extending well beyond the initial investigation. Meanwhile, the lake itself seems to be changing. Local hunters report the ice forming unusual patterns in recent winters, and migratory animals appear to be altering their routes to avoid the area. The enduring fascination with Angikuni speaks to something fundamental in human nature. In an age where science can explain so much, we remain captivated by phenomena that defy rational understanding. The disappearance challenges our assumptions about the boundaries between the natural and supernatural, between science and legend. Perhaps this is why, nearly 100 years later, researchers continue to brave the harsh Arctic conditions in search of answers. What makes Angikuni particularly unsettling is its ambiguity. Unlike clear-cut cases of natural disaster or human conflict, this disappearance offers no satisfying narrative. The evidence points in contradictory directions, suggesting multiple impossible scenarios simultaneously. It's this very elusiveness that keeps the mystery alive in our collective imagination, reminding us that for all our technological advancement, there are still mysteries that resist explanation. For those drawn to such enigmas, Angikuni represents the ultimate cold case, one that may never be solved, yet refuses to be forgotten. It stands as a monument to human curiosity in our eternal quest to understand the unknown. As long as the lake remains frozen and silent, keeping its secrets beneath the ice, the story of the vanished village will continue to haunt us, challenging what we think we know about the world and our place in it.